Lacey, here's a quiz. Can you name the best-selling mid-sized Japanese car sold in Canada?
How about Camry or Accord?
No, it's the Nissan Altima, and you probably didn't know that.
This is the all-new 2013 Altima. Nissan's hoping to take a winning formula and improve on it in every way.
Well, it's completely new. So we have all new styling, all new interior. Everything about the car is new. When we were developing the car, we wanted to make a vehicle that was one class above. So you see the styling of the vehicle, it looks like a vehicle from a higher segment. The midsize sedan segment is the toughest segment in the industry. So we had to really put our best foot forward, and so we pulled out all the stops to really make a great vehicle.
There's no question that this looks like an Altima, and it should because it's based on the same platform as the outgoing model, but it's 32 kilograms lighter, which saves you money. With fashion-forward cars in this segment from Hyundai and Ford, it could be said that Nissan played it safe, but it's probably the way their buyers like it. The LED accent lights, front and back, are a nice touch. This Altima has Maxima's wider fenders and narrower waist, giving it a very solid stance.
Now, Nissan's kind of bucking the trend. They're still offering a V6 engine in the Altima. A lot of the competition's going towards a turbocharged four-cylinder. Now, this is the base 2.5-liter four-cylinder we have in this car that you're looking at today. And this is the model most Canadians are going to opt for. Starts at $23,698, and for a fully loaded V6, expect to pay just over $32,000.
The interior is a nice mixture of soft-touch materials. It's very simple and easy to use, and there's big buttons and dials that will appeal to a lot of the baby boomers that will probably be buying this car. The 3D effect center readout is a nice touch, and when the vehicle is fitted with the large navigation, backup camera, and radio screen, it's simple to use. Even on the base model, Bluetooth, keyless start, streaming audio, and easy fill tire system all come standard. For just under $27,000, the SV model is the one that we think will attract attention because it includes heated front seats and a 5-inch screen with rear view monitor.
Now, Lacey mentioned that easy fill feature that's standard on this Altima. I encourage you to go and watch a driving innovation feature that Lacey hosted. What you do is you put the air hose on the tire, and then when the car hits the correct tire pressure, it tells you. It's a great feature, so find it on drivingtelevision.com.
The base engine is a 2.5-liter four-cylinder with 182 horsepower. Compare that to almost 200 horsepower coming from direct injection engines in vehicles like the Malibu. It might seem like a bit of an oversight, but it's not. What this car has going for it is solid fuel consumption numbers, rated at 7.4 liters per 100K in the city and 5 on the highway with the four-cylinder. As we mentioned before, the reduction in weight makes a difference, but what actually makes the most difference is the continuously variable transmission, or CVT. Nissan has been working on CVT technology for about 20 years, the same amount of time that the Altima has been in production. By offering a wider range of possible gear ratios, it allows this less powerful engine to produce similar results to more powerful ones. I had a chance to take the Altima on a 5-hour road trip up to Whistler for the day with some of my girlfriends. I found the steering to be a little bit too light, and there is some noise from the engine inside the cabin when you accelerate at high speeds. But that being said, the Altima does everything that you want it to do quite nicely. The acceleration is very smooth, the seats are incredibly comfortable, and with the updated suspension, it has a very luxurious ride feel.
The CVT is also more efficient than in the past, with a 40% reduction in friction. The four-cylinder models have a belt-driven system, where the V6s get a chain-driven CVT. It's not the volume seller, but it's still offered by Nissan. It's the 3.5-liter V6 with a whopping 270 horsepower. The reality is that Canadians are going to gravitate to the less expensive but still very popular 2.5-liter four-cylinder. It's more than adequate for average daily driving. I only have one gripe, and it's really quite small. Only under harder acceleration do you get a bit more noise than I was expecting into the cabin. The electric power steering is also a fuel-saving benefit and is fairly good on center, but when you throw this car into a corner with gusto, the steering is a bit twitchy. Nothing to deter from the experience, but it takes a bit of time to adjust. Now, as you mentioned off the top, the Nissan Altima is the best-selling Japanese mid-size selling car in Canada. It slides under the radar. A lot of people obviously think of the Accord and the Camry, but this car offers a really rounded package, and the new updated version even more so. With a better eye on fuel efficiency, it has better handling, and I kind of carve the mid-size cars into two categories. Either they're smooth and luxurious, or they have sportiness, and I'd put this one more into the sporty category. All right, Lacey, what do you think of the new Altima?
Well, Zach, I really like the interior. Now, I'm not a baby boomer, but I can really appreciate the big buttons and easy to read, easy to use dials. It's got a very luxurious ride feel to it, and after spending a couple hours behind the wheel, the seats are incredibly comfortable. CVT's best in the business, and I like all the available technology. And on the downside, the steering's a little bit too light for me, and personally, I'm not a fan of the exterior styling. It's just a little plain for my tastes.
Yeah, but I bet you the people shopping for this car like that, right? I agree with Lacey. The interior, what I think is fabulous about it is so simple and streamlined, easy to use and functional. The handling, now you find a little bit too light, but that's one of the things that I like about this car. You can throw it into corners and it really delivers the handling back to the driver. It takes a little bit of time to adjust to just how nimble the car is, but you get there. Now, of course, Canadians are going to love the improved fuel economy, and the price for the features is competitive. On the downside, these are very minor things. The other manufacturers are coming out with turbo 4-cylinders. This has still got a V6, and there's a little bit more engine noise than I expected on the inside of the cabin.
And if you're in the market, this car is definitely worth taking for a test drive.
There are lots of competitors in this segment. See all the reviews at drivingtelevision.com.
Let me just talk about the CVT for a moment. Like I said, it's all new. 40% reduction in the internal friction of the CVT. So, you know, that was a significant contributor to our fuel economy number. We did that through less oil in the CVT, lower viscosity oil, fewer moving parts, and a new belt system.
So what I would suspect that with a lighter car and less friction in the transmission, it's maybe quicker?
Yes, it is quicker than the outgoing model, and we think that it's going to be the quickest sedan in the segment.
Quality, safety, handling, like what's the feedback you get from people?
Well, our buyers are typically a little bit younger than the segment average. So being younger, they're more connected, they're more active, and so they want a car that is both of those things as well. So, you know, we're giving them the connectivity in this vehicle that they cannot get in other vehicles, and also, you know, like I said, the sporting driving dynamic of this car sets it apart from the competition.